This will be sort of a follow-up to my 1 hour rant on Star Wars fans to give a more level-headed and sane video, because I had looked back on the video, and even as I was bound to upload that video, I was thinking to myself, maybe my rage was a little bit too unconstrained and unbridled. Maybe the Star Wars fans, or not Star Wars fans, Star Wars detractors really got the best of me. So it's better if I make a follow-up video displaying a more level-headed and sane attitude. Just to clarify, it's okay to like a Star Wars movie, it's okay to dislike a Star Wars movie, it's okay to abhor, loathe, or despise, or hate a Star Wars movie. It's okay to really love a Star Wars movie. It's okay to feel meh about a Star Wars movie. It's okay to feel disappointed about a Star Wars movie. It's okay to feel however you're feeling about a Star Wars movie. I don't get why people are so black and white about everything. The nonsensical swill proliferating in the fan base by both the apologists and detractors are insane. You don't really like where the direction Disney is taking Star Wars? You're a sexist and racist. Oh, you like The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens or Rogue One? You're a Disney shilling soy boy. Those thoughts are dumb thoughts for dummies. It's not sexist to criticize a female character, and it's not racist to criticize a black character. And at the same time, I'm not a Disney shill for liking the Disney Star Wars films. Those buzzwords are for stupid fucks. That's it. Or they're just trolls trying to get a rise out of you, unless if they're legit that stupid, which that's the unfortunate truth, that they are legit that stupid. I really don't get it. Why are so many people saying that you love The Last Jedi? Don't lie to us and say you have legitimate criticisms. You're just trying to take the heat off yourself. How pathetic. Hey, dumbass, hello? Hello? Anybody home? Think, detractors, think. I legit do have a lot of problems with The Last Jedi. Doesn't make me hate it, such as the underutilization of Captain Phasma, how horribly written Admiral Holdo was, and, of course, the whole abysmal casino scene, or casino subplot, my bad, and, of course, that short little clip of Maz Kanata's hologram message, and as well as Luke drinking milk out of a space cow, and, of course, who can ever forget the ever-so-controversial Leia in space. All those problems I have with The Last Jedi are legitimate criticisms I agree with. Doesn't mean I think the movie is terrible. Doesn't mean I think it's justified for me to hate monger on it. I mean, you don't have to like everything about Star Wars to consider yourself a fan, just like how you don't have to hate a Star Wars movie that's popular to hate to consider yourself a fan either. Hell, I have my problems with EA Star Wars. That doesn't mean I want it to fail or that I want EA to go out of business. I'm still giving Star Wars The Fallen Order a chance because no matter what differing opinions we have, we're all still Star Wars fans. We're all still a part of this big family. And that's the great thing about a fan base. We all feel at home whenever we're gathered together at stuff like Star Wars celebrations, Star Wars conventions, or what have you. Look how metalheads at Metallica or Sabaton concerts feel at home. Put yourself in their shoes. Wouldn't it feel so surreal to you that you're standing or sitting next to people that commonly love the same music genre as you do? That's exactly how all these Star Wars fans feel whenever they're standing or sitting next to Star Wars fans, left and right, or what have you. That's a great thing about fandoms. And ever notice how vastly different and diverse everyone's list of favorite Star Wars films are? I think that's a great thing. Hello Greedo said it best. It's great that we all view this franchise differently. It just shows the diversity in the fan base. I mean, back to the topic of EA Star Wars. As much as I can't stand how much of a massive clusterfuck Battlefront 2 was, I initially thought the hate for Battlefront 1 in 2015 was a little bit more than justified. I thought people were being a little bit too hard on it, but ever since the controversy with all those gambling microtransactions with Battlefront 2 have been radiating within the gaming community, I kind of thought that eventually that Battlefront 1 aged pretty poorly, especially within the dividing DLC and other such clusterfucks that rub me the wrong way and just outright make my skin crawl. It was a good move on Battlefront 2 for bringing in campaign and the space battle modes, but the space battle modes leave a lot to be desired, and they feel really repetitive and incomplete. If you want an analogy, just put yourself in the same shoes as Squidward Tentacles whenever he was soaking up so much overindulgence over the fact that every individual in Squidville was exactly like him. And that's exactly how the majority of Star Wars fans who play Battlefront 2 EA, licensed by EA, not the classic and better Star Wars Battlefront from 2005. That's exactly how they feel about the space battle modes in Battlefront 2 EA. So I'm hoping that EA would at least take some of the criticisms to heart and improve on the Fallen Order. I'm not boycotting the Fallen Order. I'm giving it a chance, and I'm gonna actually see what my friends think of the Fallen Order before actually making a purchase, because I don't want to make a purchase on a video game I don't see myself playing all that often or going back to playing. And honestly, if there's one point a lot of the Disney detractors say about Star Wars, it's that too much Star Wars every single solitary year is draining, which explains the how Solo bombed in the box office, which is roughly 700 million below 1 billion. So it was kind of a good move on Lucasfilm for canceling the majority of the Star Wars spin-off films, because Star Wars films every single year get extremely draining and not so special anymore. I mean, just look what happened to the Call of Duty franchise, and just see at the lens of a dedicated fan like me on how it gradually deteriorated and dropped in sales. That's pretty much how Star Wars will end up if they take the route Call of Duty is taking. And I like that move on Lucasfilm, so good on them. It is not hate monger to display or convey or tell the world your criticisms of the direction that the new Star Wars films are taken, or as a matter of, or conversely, it's not hate monger to criticize the shows or video games. But if you have criticisms to tell to the world, tell it to the world. Let everyone know. Let everyone know how the future films, future video games, or future shows could learn from those mistakes. But do it in a mature way, and try not to go hard on the fans that actually like it, because that's just not the way to tell your criticisms of the shows, video games, or movies. and try it without using any buzzwords. This goes both for the apologists and the detractors of the newer Star Wars content. I think I said all about everything I said, so hopefully this is a lot more cool-headed. This is a lot more of a cool-headed video than my previous one, and I hope I got as many points across. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Space out.